big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Melissa Christensen with Engel & Volkers is a trusted real estate advisor in the Black Hills. She brings precision, dedication, and clear communication to every transaction. Melissa focuses on service, not sales, always putting her clients first. She's also passionate about supporting local youth activities, helping to strengthen communities and build a brighter future for our kids. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Melissa is here to guide you every step of the way. Stop in or call Melissa Christensen with Engel & Volkers today.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Hi, I'm Kira Nelson, middle hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Kaya Ellerton, libero. Thanks for watching Wildcat TV.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Carson Drug in Custer is an independent, family-owned business that exists to improve the quality of life for their customers and to make their community great. At Carson Drug, they work hard to ensure their pharmacists and staff not only assist customers with their needs, but build good relationships that will last for the long haul. If you want a first-class pharmacy experience from a South Dakota independent pharmacy, you've come to the right place. Carson Drug, a community pharmacy designed for you.
Hi, my name is Ava Jari, and thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Ava Hone, right side hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Custer High School's media live coverage of the Custer Wildcats. My name is Tate Vincent. I'll be your announcer for tonight's broadcast here on our YouTube channel. We are proud to bring you this matchup as part of our ongoing commitment to showcase the dedication, talent, and hard work of our Custer High School athletes. Whether you're joining us from here in Custer, across the state of South Dakota, or tuning in from anywhere in the country, we're excited to have you along for the ride and would love to welcome you here to the Custer Armory in Larry Luchin's court for tonight's volleyball matchup between the Custer Wildcats and the Wall Eagles. If you are tuning in from somewhere far away, we love if you are able to comment on our page. Those comments are greatly appreciated. If there's any technical issues, as we've had some earlier on in the night, just let us know. Comment that on there as well. Our tech crew is doing a great job with Mrs. Winkler up above me and Mr. Marshall there along the way, so hopefully they got it all straightened out for us. They've been working hard up there, and we appreciate everything that they do to bring this broadcast to you at home. A couple of things just to hit on. These two teams have had a previous matchup. The Custer Wildcats did win 2-0, 2-0. That was in a tournament earlier this year up in Belfouche. So tonight, best of 5. Things can go a little different. Maybe legs aren't as tired. We'll see what we have here as we're getting into that back end of the season leading up to our postseason here. So as the squads are getting warmed up here and things are winding down, we will be bringing you some starting lineups, a national anthem as well, and we are excited to get back into action tonight here on the volleyball court. The Custer Lady Wildcats did just recently go to the LNI, where senior Kira Nelson was selected to the all-tournament team, and Rylan Lowe was selected as outstanding setter of that. The Wildcats lost in the semifinals to the eventual champions, I believe, Bennett County. So at this time, we're going to step aside for a moment while the national anthem is played.
Let's bring our starters first. For the visitors, the Wall Eagles, a 5'1" senior, number 1, Alan Austin. A 5'8" senior, number 4, Taylor.
All right, again, I'm Tate Vincent here to broadcast tonight's game for you as we're getting into the starting lineups. First for the Wall Eagles there, we have number 1, Fallon Austinson. 5'1" senior libero. We have number 4, Taylor McDonald, a 5'8" senior right side. We have number 7, Bria Buman, a 5'5" senior defensive specialist. We have number 11, Rainey Tynes, the 5'10" junior middle hitter. Number 12, Athena Simons, the 5'10" senior right side. Is number 16, Brittany Walker, the 5'9" sophomore setter outside hitter, and number 18, Carmen Kerstead, the 5'7" sophomore outside hitter. So that's your Wall lineup there. As for the Custer Wildcats, we've got number 3, Taylor Bush, the 5'9" junior middle hitter. Number 5, Kylie Ellerton, the 5'5" senior libero. Number 9, Jada Bennett, the 5'6" junior outside hitter. Number 10, Lincoln Robb, the 5'10" senior outside hitter. We've got number 12, Kira Nelson, the 5'10" senior middle hitter. Number 14, Rylan Lowe, the 5'10" junior setter for the Wildcats. And rounding out the starting lineups, we've got number 24, Ava Hone, the 5'10" senior right side. So there are our starting lineups tonight, folks, as we're getting ready to rock and roll here at the Custer Armory. So I just shuffle a couple papers around here to make sure I can bring you some very unofficial stats. Doing my best here just to bring you a little extra on this night as the officials are getting ready to check the rotations here and bring us a great one. If the JV game had any inkling to lead over into this one, it's going to be a fun back and forth battle. The JV game went 3 sets. Custer JV rolled in the first set 25-8, but then the Wall Eagles bounced back to take set number 2 in the JV game 25-20, which then takes you to set 3, best 2 out of 3, and the Custer Wildcats snuck away with the 15-13 win there. And you hope that the momentum and the energy that was brought in those JV games rolls over for your teams into the next game. I always feel like when you're a player there, or when you're playing and the C game can go your way, the JV game can go your way, things can maybe get rolling as it gets started. We've got Rylan Lowe to send this one over to get us started. Rainy Tynes, was the first hit there for Wall. A battle at the net. Ball falls on the Eagles side. Athena Simons there will find herself with the first kill of the night for the Wall Eagles. That right side, lefty there. So we have number 4, Taylor McDonald, back at the service line. That one received by Ellerton in the back row. Set up to Nelson. A quick set, just long on the back line there from the senior middle hitter for the Wildcats. So the Eagles will take a 2-0 lead with McDonald serving. We've got a great student section tonight. The theme is camo over there. So they're hoping to get things rolling and help the Wildcats get going. There's going to be a free ball over to the Wildcats. Low at the set, outside to Rob. Rob swings away. It is dug back over and sent over. Wildcats will get another chance to swing. Hone swings away on this one. Simons blocked at the net by the Wildcats. Quick set to Nelson, and Nelson will find herself her first kill of the night. So we will have our first sub of the night now coming off that point for the Wildcats. We're going to have Genevieve Poper, the serving specialist there for the Wildcats. She had a couple of aces in the last game that I was broadcasting in a row when she first came in. Let's see if she can do that tonight. Good spot there. Good dig by Wall. Block was set up, but that's going to be tooled off the block by Brittany Walker on the outside there for the Wall Lady Eagles, and down to the floor off the hands of the block on the Wildcats. We've got number 24 coming in for Wall. I'm going to have to figure out what her name is. Her serve goes into the net. The other sub for the Wall Lady Eagles was Lucas Tyne, number 9. Kira Nelson back to serve for the Wildcats. Sent to Tynes on the outside there, and she'll hit that one down and find herself into the kill column. Fallon Austinson back to serve, the libero. Austinson sends this one to Poper. Low just one hand sets, and Bennett has to push over. Outside to Tyne. Dug by Low. Bennett swinging away on this one. That one catches the net. Doesn't hit the arms of the Wall Eagles, so that's 4 touches there. And Wall will take another point with Austinson back for another serve. This one mishandled by the back row of the Wildcats and falls to the floor. Nice serve there by Fallon. That one catches the net, has to be dug by the front row, but they do dig it. Bennett gets on top of that one, but nice dig by Austinson. Tyne just has to send it over, so free ball to the Wildcats. This one sent back out to Bennett. That one was sent home by Taylor Bush of the Wildcats. Great to see her there in that middle position, slam that one home and be swinging away. And that brings on Ava Jari to serve for the Wildcats. This one's pushed over by the Eagles. Bennett swings, dig by Fallon. Another touch over back to the Wildcats. Lowe chooses to dump this one. Scramble on the left side. Ball does fall to the floor, and Wall wasn't quite able to return that dump from Lowe. So the Wildcats will have Jari back to serve another one. Can they put a little run together here? Good hustle there by the Eagles. Just a free ball to the Cats. Bennett with a little tip. Line judge in the back signals that it finds the line there. So that'll bring Jada Bennett a kill. And the Wildcats are back within one. This one's Tyne on the outside. Touch block there by the Cats. Jada Bennett swings away, touched at the line, and stayed inbounds on the back line anyway, so she finds herself a second one. It gets us a tie ball game here in set number 1. That serve is just long off the back line for Jari there. That'll bring a Wall sub on their side. Number 14, Emmy Moon, is in to replace number 4, Taylor McDonald. Number 16 is Brittany Walker is back to serve. That serve just misses the back corner here. So the Wildcats will take service with Bennett in the back. Poper will step off as Rob replaces her to play the front row. Bennett with the jump serve. Paints the line as the Eagles stepped aside. They had it kind of stacked back there in the back corner. So that'll find Jada Bennett with an ace to start her service here, as the two Wall gals just kind of stepped aside and thought it was going to sail out of bounds, but it stayed in for the Wildcats. Another one served back at that stacked lineup. This one just sent over by Moon. Lowe sends it to the outside to Rob. Rob just pushes it over. Moon swings. Dig by the Wildcats. Sent middle to Bush. She pushes it over and finds the side here closest to us on the broadcast, and that ball finds its way to the floor. Taylor Bush has been playing a little bit more as of recently. Bennett's serve there was just wide on the far side in front of the line judge there and out of bounds. So number 9, Lucasey Tyne, is back to serve for the Eagles. Nice serve there. Had some excellent topspin, but just outside on that one. The libero rotation will happen for the Wildcats. This will have Kylie Ellerton back to serve. We have Kira Nelson moving into the front, and Bria Buman will be stepping on for the Eagles in the back row to replace Lucasey Tyne. This one's just sent over by Carmen Kerstead. Outside to Rob. Rob hits that one. The block was just a little bit far on their own side for the Eagles, and Rob will find a kill on that. So she hit that one right into the block and spun it down to the floor. Nice serve by Ellerton. A collision there on the Wall side. Hopefully they're both all right there. Looked like they both popped back up. Hustle play to the corner. Great hustle play by Wall on that one. Quick set to Nelson. and Nelson will hit that one. The block didn't have time to set up on the quick set there, and Kira Nelson puts that one down as the Cats get things rolling a little bit more. That serve there mishandled by the Eagles, and the Eagles are going to take a timeout. Coach Kayla Sawville would like to talk about things with the Eagles there. With that, I'm going to step aside and take a quick break. I'll be right back to bring you some more volleyball action.
I'm Senior Lincoln Robb. Thanks for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, my name is Ava Jari, and thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Ava Hone, right side hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Ellerton to serve there, coming out of the timeout. That one just has to be pushed by Simons. While returning this, Simons swinging away. Block was set up there by Nelson and Robb, but it went off. It looked like Nelson's hands the most and sailed just out of bounds. So that one there will be a kill there for Athena Simons. Number 18, Carmen Kerstead, back to serve for the Eagles. That one kind of has to be chased down, just pushed over. Overpass from the Eagles, but that one is picked up by the Eagles, sent to the middle in Rainy Times. Lowe has to push this one, and there's a net violation on Wall. Number 11, it looks like Rainy Times just got into the net on that one. Again, Lowe is able to get above the net on that one as she was in the front row. As a setter, you're not usually able to, or you're only able to unless you're only able to if you're in the front row. So Lowe was. Now she'll move to the back row, so she won't have that same capability. Hustle play there by the Wildcats. That one, I believe, was sent down by Simons again for the Eagles. I just missed looking at that one as I was looking down at my stat sheet. This will bring Taylor McDonald back to the service line for the Eagles. Taken by Ellerton, quick set, pushed by Nelson, touched in the back corner by the Eagles before it went out of bounds, so Nelson will find another kill, bringing her up to 3 on the night. Simons for the Eagles has 3 so far, and Poper will replace Robb as the rotation goes to the back row, and Poper to serve. Sent to Simons. Simons just puts that one right in the middle, and it looked like the Wildcats just got stuck watching. So Simons finds another spot there. Right in the middle of all of them. Bennett took that one. She swings away. That was touched. The official was all over that one, signaling that one, so Wildcats were able to dig it back up. Quick one to Nelson again. Another touch on that quick set to the middle. So the Wildcats are finding a bit of a stride there from Lowe to Nelson in the middle. I wonder if they'll continue that as Nelson heads to the service line and the rotation with Bush at the middle will be ready. Wildcats send it over on 2. That one was Lucasey Tyne who sent that one down to the floor for the Eagles. Kerstead back for the Eagles, and Fallon Austinson will be back to serve the libero. taken by Bennett. This one sent back to Hone, and Lucasey Tyne will send that back on the Wildcat side for her first block of the night, a solo block on that play. That was a nice play by Tyne. Austinson sending this one over, taken by Bennett. Got a little close to the net. Lowe wasn't quite able to get in to that one. So this will call for a timeout coming from Coach Jill Hone of the Custer Wildcats, as the Eagles have a little bit of momentum here rolling into this timeout, and they've cut that deficit back down to 2. So Coach Hone over there for the Wildcats just taking the time to talk to them. You get 2 of them for each set, so you just as well use one or you lose them. And I feel like that was a great time. Just a couple plays that hadn't quite come through for the Wildcats there. Now, if you're an Eagles fan, you are happy with where things are going on this one. Can you continue to get this momentum coming out, or did the timeout maybe ice the server a little bit? We'll find out here shortly as the first whistle was summoned by our up official. The Wildcats will break the huddle, and we're going to be right back into action here at the Custer Armory and Larry Luchin's court. Here comes Austenson's serve. Bennett takes it right back to Bennett. Kind of a set from behind her. Looked like that'd be pretty hard to get a hold of. I don't play enough volleyball to know just how that one would be, but Jada did her best but didn't quite get it over there, so the Eagles take another point. Hone hits this one. Block sent back over by the Eagles. A little bit of a free ball there. Tyne just has to punch it at the net. Bennett swinging on this one. Nice block, kept over on the Wildcats side. This one sent to the middle, just pushed by Taylor Bush, and that one was unable to be dug by the Eagles. So that'll end the Eagles' run there and send Ava Jari back to the line as Jari replaces Hone for the back row. Brittany Walker back for the Eagles. This one sent to Austenson. Sent right out to Walker. That one was touched at the net. Pretty far out of bounds, but definitely touched at the net. Line judge in the back there was all over it. So that one is Brittany Walker, who finds herself her second kill of the night. Walker serve taken by Kylie Ellerton. Set sent out to Bennett. Blocked there by Emmy Moon, but the block goes out of bounds. So the Wildcats will get that point, and Jada Bennett will head back to the serving line as Rob comes in the front row. Bennett's serve played, bounces off the arm there, so her second ace of the night, and then off the basketball hoop. So Bennett will continue to serve for the Wildcats. Nice serve there, Jada Bennett. Next one catches the top of the net and spins down to the floor on the Wildcats side, so that'll be an Eagle point. Lucasey Tyne back to serve. That serve long off the back. Coming in is Bria Buman. Ellerton serve. Eagles send this one to Moon, but Moon just chooses to pass it over, so the Wildcats get a chance to set it up. We got a slide coming there from Nelson, but it was out of bounds on the slide from Nelson. That'll be a point for the Eagles. Rainey in for the Eagles. Kerstead back to serve. Kerstead serve long off the back line. This will bring Hone back for Jari. And the libero rotation for Ossenson to come back in for the Eagles. Low to serve. Low serve taken. Walker sets that one to Moon. Moon just with a little touch over the net, and Moon will find herself into the kill column. Hadley Bryan and Taylor McDonald back for the Eagles, and McDonald will be back to serve. Again, if you're listening from somewhere, we'd love if you would let us know where you're tuning in from on our YouTube channel in the comment section. That serve did hit one of the Wildcats, so McDonald will find an ace on that one, as the lead is 1 for the Wildcats. Hone has to push, catches the top of the net. It didn't quite hit the Eagles there, so 4 hits for the Wildcats. We'll have it tied. It all knotted up at 21 here. Back set to Rob. Rob pushes. Long. We're going to have a free ball back to the Wildcats. Low set's a quick set to Nelson. Nice dig there by number 4, McDonald. Another free ball for the Wildcats. Low pushes. So now will Wall get to set one up? They do for Simons. Simons leading them so far in kills. Rob swings away, hits the block and falls inbounds. So that's Lincoln Robb who finds herself a kill off the block there. Just tooled the block a little bit. We have number 4, Genevieve Poper, back to serve. The Wildcat student section getting into it tonight, especially with the close one here in set 1. Hone swings away, touches the block, and was inbounds on that. So Hone will put that one down to get her into the kill column as well. 5 Wildcats into the kill column, 4 for the Eagles. Again, very unofficial stats, but doing my best to bring you a little bit. Popers catches the top of the net. Nice dig there by Hadley Bryan. Tough one when it comes off the net like that. Jada Bennett just misswings a little bit on that play. All right, number 24, Kylie Dart. I think there's a little misprint in what I had down. I had her down as number 4. I knew there was 2 number 4s, but that is Kylie Dart back to serve for the Eagles. She missed that line just barely. I had a terrible angle on it. I would have said it was right on the line, but thank goodness we've got the line judges back there to be on top of it to make sure they get the right call there. And the Wildcats will have a set point and set number 1 coming their way. There's Bryan who swings on that. It hits the block and falls to the floor. So the 5th Eagle into the kill column as the ball falls to the floor. We've got Riley Messer in for Ava Hone on the Wildcat side. Austenson's serve goes long. The Wildcats will take this one 25-23 in the first one. Excellent back and forth matchup there. And I'm going to step aside here and take a quick break, catch my breath, gather some of these stats a little bit, and we'll bring you set 2 action in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tate and Vincent here to bring you this broadcast tonight. Big shout out to Alexa Winkler above me for running all the operations up there. We appreciate everything that she does on this end. The first set there, for those of you maybe just joining, was a back and forth battle between the Wildcats and the Eagles. The Wildcats did find a way to get the first one 25-23. The Eagles on the year are sitting with a 7-13 record and currently ranked number 6 in Region 7B as we near the postseason, as the Wildcats are 5th in Region 8A, so Class A versus Class B team here with a record of 21-10. As we're back in action, on the far side was Walker. Hers just misses long for the Eagles, so the Wildcats will get the first point of this set. Into the game for the Cats here is home. Low to serve. Set to Walker. Rob swinging on this one. Nice dig there by McDonald. Brian had swung away for Wall. Simons, a big swing. That one goes off the block of Rob and Nelson. Looked like Nelson got all of that one in the discussion there from the girls, so I'll give that one to Kira. A great play. Excellent serve from Lowe to find the floor for the Wildcats. The Wildcats are off to a hot start here in set number 2. Off the ceiling, goofy bounce there, but Simons is able to get to that one and send it to the floor for her 5th kill of the night. Coming in is for the Eagles is Kylie Dart and number 9, Lucasey Tinez. Dart on the serve. Right at that back line, good take by the Wildcats. Looked like it would have fallen in. Back row attack was good from Bennett. The Eagles just send this one over. Excellent hustle play for Tinez on the outside there. No block set up, but an excellent dig by Dart. Tinez swings on that one, but it was 4 hits for the Eagles. So Tinez's hit got caught in the top of the net and stayed on the Wildcats, or on the Eagles side, and ended up being 4 touches. So Wildcats will have Poper back to serve. Whistle. 4 touches. Austinson and Walker are kind of looking at each other there. Little miscommunication by the Eagles. The official said it was touched twice. It might not have been, but it sure looked awkward from up above here. Serve long from Poper, so the Eagles will gain the service back. The libero rotation coming through. Carmen Kerstead back in for the Eagles. Number 8, Rivers Sandal, is back to serve. Bennett sets it to Lowe. Lowe pushes, not very deep on this side for the Eagles. Tinez swings away. She just pushes this one over. Sent outside to Bennett. Bennett swings away. Caught there by Dart. Dart was able to get a hand on it, but then no other Eagle was able to touch that one, so the Wildcats will have Kieran Nelson headed back to the service line as the libero rotation brings on Taylor Bush. Nelson with a good serve there, mishandle for the Eagles as Brittany Walker heads up into about the second row trying to just hustle that one down. She is right back out onto the court. So Wildcats pick up another point. That serve came off the side of Nelson's hand and into the net. Sub coming for the Eagles. Emmy Moon coming in to replace Taylor McDonald. Brittany Walker back to serve for your Eagles. Serve is long by about 4 or 5 feet off the back line. So the Wildcats get another point. Thanks to the help of the Wildcat fans there and the announcer for making sure we know who scored that point. And Jari's serve misses to the left. It looks like Jari does have her right hand wrapped now. Maybe a little floor burn on one of those plays that she dove for earlier. I know those sure can sting a bit out there, and sometimes just having it wrapped throws you off a little bit, so maybe that was on the serve. Lucasey Tinez back to serve. Quick set to the middle for Kerstead. Nice dig by Jari. Bush just pushed that one over. Simon swinging away. Sent back over by Bennett and Bush. Free ball to the Wildcats. Quick set to Bush. Bush floats a little bit. Tinez digs this one. Nice long volley here as Bennett swings. Austinson gets her hands on that. Moon swings away. Dig, overpass. Wall chooses to set it up. Back set to Simons. Simons hits it cross court towards the Wildcat paw, and she finds the line on that kill. Nice spot by Simons. Tinez with another jump serve. Nice serve there. Tinez. Number 9, Casey. Got to make sure I mark it down on the right one. There we are. She'll bring us another one here. His Wall is climbing back into this 1 point at a time. Bennett hits it right into the block. The block just wasn't quite closed by the two Eagles, and Bennett finds the floor. Tonight at the conclusion of this game, we'll have a couple of the Custer Wildcat ladies up here for a quick interview after the game, so I hope that you stick around and listen to those. As Simons swings away, trying to paint the back corner right down the line on the far side of the court for us on the outside there, and she just missed the back line. So Bennett will be back to serve for Custer. Dig by Austinson, set middle to Kerstead. Kerstead long on the back line. All right, so what was happening on that play, the Eagles all wanted a touch. I didn't have the best angle on it. The up official said that he didn't see it, but he did not look at the back line judge there on Wall's side right away. But the line judge there on Wall's side was all over it with the touch. So the Eagles did get that last point, but the serve here for the Eagles is long, so that it'll go right back to the Wildcats. Kylie Ellerton serves this one right at Austinson. We have Moon to swing. Hit right into the block by Nelson. With a great block right down to the floor on that play. Robb was there with her, but Nelson looked to get all of that one with her right hand and sent it straight down to the floor. Nice serve by Kylie Ellerton to get an ace on that one, as the Wildcat lead is extended to 6. Ellerton serve, another ace, paints the far sideline there of the volleyball court, and Ellerton will pick up another point for the Wildcats. Excellent serve there by the senior. Moon pushes this one, but she pushed it right into the net. So the Wildcats will score another one, and Ellerton will continue her serves here. I'm not sure how many she has in a row, but this one is at least number 4. possibly even more. Simons swings. Simons catches the top of the net. Down to the floor. Ellerton again to serve. Wall looking to put it together a little bit here. Little miscommunication, so it's the free ball, but the ball's over on the Wildcat side. Lowe just passed that instead of setting it. We got a back set to Simons. She swings away just off of Jari's hands. And a point back to the Eagles. The Eagles will bring in McDonald to serve, and number 10, Hadley Bryan, in the front row. The subs there as the Wildcats have the Eagles doubled up right now in the score column, but a couple plays like that will be big for the Eagles. And can you string a little something together as McDonald finds her second ace on the night? McDonald, dig by Bennett, sent outside to Robb. Robb's wide on the right side, the far side of the court, on the Black Hills Conference logo over there. Far side in front of the Custer fans. So Wall strings together another one. Nice serve by McDonald. Quick one to Nelson. Was touched at the net and then touched a second time, so when Austinson dove for it, where she had dove and the ball was headed the first time, she tried to adjust but was just unable to get a hand on it. Rylan Lowe to serve. Back set to Simons. Excellent block by Nelson and Robb. That one was the double block set up there. Beautiful for the Wildcats. Service ace for Rylan Lowe. We've got a timeout, Eagles. During the timeout here, there was a Black Hills Conference cross-country meet today in Custer. On the boys' side, the Custer Wildcats finished in second place, while the team that won the whole thing was the Spearfish Spartans. The overall winner of it was Tate Grabow from Hill City. The Wildcat team that was runner-up, of course, consisted today, and I say today as they've had about 8 guys battling for positions all year. Peyton Kruger was the first finisher for the Wildcats, followed by Kean Roosh. After Kean Roosh was Zane Gunnell, Zachary Cooper, and Austin Drew, and rounding out that lineup of boys for the 6th that they ran today was Adam Hone. So great job by those fellas there as they were competing in the Black Hills Conference cross-country meet. The Wildcat girls ran well today and ran some season best times, but did not place in the top 3 of that one. That was a nice serve again from Lowe coming out of the timeout, and that'll take the Wildcats to 20. Hadley Bryan swings on that, but box set up by Nelson and kept that over, and the Eagles weren't able to send it back over and return it. Lowe with another nice serve, sent out to Simon. Simon swings away, Lowe on the dig. Ellerton sends it to Robb. Free ball coming for the Wildcats. Lowe with the quick set to Nelson. Just push to the back corner. Nice pickup by Ellerton. Push for the Wildcats, so a lot of pushing going on here. Will somebody swing away or not? Almost a miscommunication by the Wildcats, but Ellerton sends it over. Here we have a swing by Simons. Nice dig by the Cats. Robb pushes with the left hand, and she's going to find the point finally after a long volley. was just a little long out of her reach with the right hand, so she made a great choice. Lincoln Robb made a great choice to just touch it with her left hand, and the Eagles weren't expecting that one. As Lowe serves it into the net for the Wildcats. In for the Eagles, number 24, Kylie Dart, and number 9, Lucasey Tinez. Again, if you're listening from somewhere, we'd love to hear where you are tuning in from on our stream comments. In for the Wildcats to serve is number 4, Genevieve Poper. Nice kill there for Lucasey Tinez. She got on top of that one. Love to see when the gals out there are really able to swing away. Tipped by Bennett. Bennett finds the floor off the hands of Hadley Bryan. Bennett, right-handed hitter there for the Wildcats, chose to just tip it over with her left and right into the hands of Bryan, but Bryan sent it just out of bounds with the way it caught her hand. Lucasey Tinez swinging away. Good dig by Poper. Low pushes along the net. Hone gets to that one. That was a nice pickup by Ava Hone. Bennett swings away. Good, brought back over by the Eagles. Quick set to the middle to Bush, and Bush finds the floor to finish this set 25-12 for the Wildcats. So the Wildcats will take a 2-0 lead here into set number 3. I'm Tate and Vincent, and I'm going to step aside for a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Kira Nelson, middle hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Kaya Ellerton, libero. Thanks for watching Wildcat TV.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Carson Drug in Custer is an independent, family-owned business that exists to improve the quality of life for their customers and to make their community great. At Carson Drug, they work hard to ensure their pharmacists and staff not only assist customers with their needs, but build good relationships that will last for the long haul. If you want a first-class pharmacy experience from a South Dakota independent pharmacy, you've come to the right place. Carson Drug, a community pharmacy designed for you.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm Tate and Vincent bringing you this broadcast with the Custer High School Media Group from Custer, South Dakota here and the wonderful Custer Armory. Years and years of history in this building as the Wall Eagles and the Custer Wildcats are playing this volleyball matchup tonight. The Wildcats up 2-0. And we appreciate all of you listening from across the state of South Dakota and other places as well. I know we've got a couple people tuned in. Thanks to Cassandra Zeller for tuning in from Wall, South Dakota. We greatly appreciate it. And Kyla Parrish, not sure where you're tuning in from, but we will be choosing 2 gals here. I'll probably be choosing about halfway through this set here just so I can have somebody race down and grab them after the game, hopefully pretty quickly, so we can finish that up. and get you all a little bit more and maybe on to the next game that you want to tune into. So the Wildcats, Lincoln Robb, will find herself a kill to start this set off. Great to see the senior finding that one for the Wildcat fans. Set number 3, got to find a new color of pen so I can keep it straight. And Low to serve. Low's serve just goes over the top of Lucchese Tinez's head and out of bounds long by a foot or two back there off the back line. Number 4, Taylor McDonald back to serve. McDonald's serve sails long as well. So back-to-back serves both ways, going long out of bounds off the back line. In set number 2, it was a dominant performance for the Wildcats, but as I like to say, the nice thing about volleyball, I think, is that if you do fall behind in a set and you haven't lost 2 already, you get a chance to bounce back in the next one and a reset button with that score going to 0-0. That was Kieran Nelson getting up on that kill. A nice spot from the senior middle hitter for the Wildcats. Poper's serve. This one, Simons, who sends it. It was touched, but paints the inside of that corner. Beautiful spot for Simons. She's up to 8 kills on the night for the Eagles, leading the way, leading both teams. Bush and Nelson. Bush, Nelson, and Bennett with 4 or 5. It looks like Nelson with 5, Bush and Bennett both with 4 so far that I have down. Very unofficial. That serve is going to be an ace for Kylie Dart as she just hit Kylie Ellerton. Kylie was trying to decide if she should take it or step out of the way, and she just chose a little too late as it hits her and falls to the floor. Dart serves, taken by Bennett, back set to Hone. Hone's hits off the block, it looked like, of number 11, Rainey Tinez. So that'll be a block for Tinez there and fell to the floor as it rolled across the net and just didn't quite fall over in the Wildcat favor. Dart with the short serve, nice take by Poper. Sent out to Bennett. Bennett has to just touch it with her left hand. Nice soft little touch that falls over the block, and Bennett finds herself at 5 kills as Nelson is sent back to the line to serve, and Bush will come on in the front row with the libero rotation. Bennett, nice swing, good block. Bennett punches it and then punches it a second time, so that'll be 2 touches on the Wildcats. As that'll bring back Ellerton, and in for the Eagles, number 18, Carmen Kerstead with the libero rotation, and Fallon Austinson, the libero for the Wall Eagles. The senior libero will go back to serve. Good spot there, good hustle by Lowe. Good job of avoiding the collision. Tinez, great spot Tinez. Casey Tinez with that cross court hit into the back corner closest to our line judge and in. Austinson to bring us another one. Bennett just has to take that one with 2 hands up as it was kind of headed a little high. Tinez swings away. Lowe pushes across, taken by the Eagles. Tinez, a fight at the net, but she just misses it and the ball still falls on the Eagles' side of the net. And coming in to serve is going to be Ava Jari. Jari with a nice placement on that serve. Nice hit coming there from Walker. Back row from Ellerton. Wall just has to push it over. Free ball to the Wildcats. Sent outside to Bennett. Bennett doesn't quite get a great set there. And that swing was by Kerstead. Kerstead's hit did not quite get over the net, so 4 touches on the Eagles. and Jar will bring us another one. Serve there, Walker, good dig by Poper. What a block on that play. That was Kerstead that blocked that hit. The block came straight back over to Bennett, and Bennett just stuck a leg out and hit it, and it was still playable, but Bush wasn't quite able to get to that on the hustle play. At this point in the season, it seems like a lot more volleys go a little bit longer when they're not quite swinging away, and if something comes up and there's a touch or a block at the net, the ball tends to find its way just back over. You're getting to that closer to that postseason time, and it just gets tougher and tougher to find those points. And you try as a squad to eliminate the errors that you have, like the error on the last play for the Wildcats, just hitting that one a little long. As Bush finds herself her 5th kill of the night here from the middle position. Just mixing it up with a little bit of the push there when she doesn't quite get a perfect set to get up on it, but then just chooses to push it and has caught the sides of those blocks, but able to find the floor for the Wildcats. Outside to Rob. Rob's blocked at the net and then sent right back over, and she tried to push it back to the Eagles side as the ball came back quickly, but it was out of bounds. So Casey Tinez is going to go back to serve for the Eagles. Tinez with a nice jump serve. Rob pushes with her left. Dug up, battle at the net. Lowe is able to get up and hit that one. She's playing front row, so Rylan Lowe is going to find herself into the kill column for the Wildcats. Kylie Ellerton's serve catches the net and falls to the floor, or stays on the Wildcats side of the net, so the Eagles catch that one. A little, maybe, oh, they figured it out. The Eagles had a little goofy rotation there, but the girls figured it out and were all on top of it before the official could catch them with anything there. Sometimes you get a delay of game if the rotation isn't fast enough. I learned that last year at my younger sister's Sweet 16 game. Excellent slide from the Wildcats there with Rylan Lowe with a little quick back set to the middle, Kieran Nelson, and that was an excellent play. I've been fortunate enough to watch them practice even a couple times, and they've hit a couple of those, and when they connect, it is fun to see. Simons pushes this one over for the Eagles. Rob is swinging. She finds the line on this one. Lincoln Rob now has found herself up at 4 kills as well. So the 4th Wildcat with 4 more kills. Nelson leading the way with 6. As for the Eagles, Casey Tinez has 4 and Simons has 8. Again, very unofficial stats, but trying to bring you a little something. Emmy Moon paints the sideline over right in front of the Wildcat student section on that line, and the Eagles will have McDonald to serve. Serves long out of bounds, point back to the Wildcats. Poper is headed back to serve. Good take by Austinson. Simon swings away. Simons finds it. Fall on the floor for her 9th kill that I have marked. And that'll bring in Kylie Dart for Simons, and you'll have Lucasey Tinez in to replace Bria Buman. Bennett swinging away on this one. Bennett falls to the floor. So in that set number 2, there are quite a few errors on both sides, not many kills. But this one has picked up the pace for both squads as they're getting maybe a little bit better passes in that back row a little better passes from the back row. Lucchese Tina is up on this one, and hers is off the hands of the block for the Wildcats and down to the floor, so Tinez finds herself with 5. And that one was unable to be handled. Fallon Austinson to serve. Taken by Bennett, low with the quick set to Bush. Nice job there. Free ball coming from the Eagles. Back set to Hone. Hone swings away off the block and it finds its way to the floor. And great play. So that'll bring in Jari for Hone. And Jari will head to the service line with this game knotted up at 13. And Casey Tinez off the block. That one goes up into the ceiling. Wildcats play it back over. Tough one to handle from the back position there for the Eagles. Just passed a little over the top of the setter's hand there of McDonald. So the Wildcats will find a point. And Jari will serve. Jari served just long tonight. Just off the back line. We'll find ourselves all tied up again here in set number 3. Of course, the Eagles need set number 3 to fall their way to extend this matchup tonight. And the Wildcats would love to get a hold of all of this one and just take it 3-0. Still plenty of action to be played in this one. That one decided to be taken by Austinson. The Casey Tinez swings away. Bennett swinging away. Almost touched by the back row there, but noticed it was way up at her head. And excellent choice by Dart to just get her hands out of the way. Almost not in time, but it was. So the Eagles will have Walker to serve. Walker will find an ace. That'll bring a timeout for Coach Hone and the Wildcats. I'm Tate Vincent. I'm going to step aside and look at the stats a little bit.
Watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, my name is Ava Jari, and thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
All right, welcome back to action here in set number 3, where we got the Wall Lady Eagles leading in this set, but the Custer Wildcats leading overall 2-0. I'm Tate and Vincent bringing you this broadcast as Walker's serve coming out of the timeout is out of bounds, closest to the Wildcat bench. We're going to have Bennett rotating back to the service line and Rob into the front row replacing Poper. Bennett serve into the net. So, timeout worked for the Wildcats. It got the Eagles off the serving line, but then the Wildcats return it right back to him. This is going to be Lucchese Tinez with that nice jump serve coming on this one. Just long off the back line. From my angle, really, really close. But that's why they're not paying me the big bucks to be the line judge, because I'm sitting up top here. Almost a perfect spot on that one, but just long for Lucchese Tinez. Good job by the line judges there. This is Simons who swings away, blocked by Nelson. Almost an overpass, and all the Eagles turned and looked, waiting for Nelson to be able to swing away, but the ball just stayed on their side of the net, and Nelson didn't even have to swing, so we're knotted up at 17 apiece here in set number 3. with Kylie Ellerton going back, and Ellerton finds herself her third ace of the night. At that timeout, just going over some of the stats and trying to decide who we're going to hear from tonight. Going to go with a couple of seniors for tonight. We're going to have Ava Jari come up here and talk to us along with Kira Nelson. So we hope that you'll stay tuned in at the conclusion of this game to hear from Ava Jari and Kira Nelson on tonight's game and a little bit of the season and what's to come. Excellent volley coming here both ways. The Austinson just has to hit this one. Will Wall bring it back over? They will, but it hits the ceiling. The ceiling, if the ball falls onto the opposing team's side, is automatically out of bounds. So out of bounds, point to the Wildcats. We are going to have the official blow the whistle. Alex, our janitor, is going to come out. He's going to clean up the court here for us tonight. Of course, tough with the low ceilings that we do have here at the Armory, and we appreciate how quick Alex is to get out there and make sure that some of the particles that come off the ceiling tiles in this facility are cleaned up. If it does happen too many times, the floor gets quite slick pretty quickly. I've been out there after it's happened a time or two, and there's a lot that comes down on it. Another ace for Ellerton. So the run is on for the Wildcats. The Wildcats find themselves trailing most of this set, but now up 3 with the senior back to serve. Again, we're going to hear from senior Kira Nelson and senior Ava Jari tonight at the conclusion. After handshakes, I'll talk a little bit about some of the upcoming things. Nice spot by Kira Nelson with that kill. So point to the Wildcats as they continue their run. Here's Ellerton, so we'll hear from Jari and Nelson. Ellerton with another one that's mishandled in the back row for the Eagles. And the Wildcats will take the 5-point lead, and a timeout will happen here. And I'm going to step aside.
Hi, my name is Ava Jari, and thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Ava Hone, right side hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
All right, welcome back. I'm Tayton Vincent. We appreciate everyone who's tuning in. We got another comment there with the watchers. Jamie Brand from Casper, Wyoming. Thank you for tuning in, Jamie Brand. Ellerton brought us another serve here. The free ball coming towards the Wildcats. Low with the quick set to Nelson. Nelson off the block and down to the floor on the Eagles' side. And the Wildcats starting to taste this one a little bit more. Of course, still some game time left. I've seen some pretty crazy comebacks. And right there, maybe it starts a little something for Wall. If you're the Wildcats, you just reset. Don't give up too many points at once here. You just got to get 2 more to finish this one out. Number 18, Carmen Kerstead to serve. Ellerton takes it. Back row attack from Bennett. Back row attack. Catches the top of the net and down to the floor. I don't think Rylan Lowe liked maybe her own set there and was apologizing on that back row attack set. Rob taken by the Eagles. Sent middle to Rainey Chinez. Rylan Lowe has to push. Wall has to send this over. It stays below the ceiling. That's tough to do from that far away. Rob swings. Almost picked up by Walker, but not quite. So that'll be the Wildcat point, sending Lowe back to the service line. A chance to seal set number 3 for the Wildcats. And that was Rob that found herself to 5 kills. Simons tips this over. Wildcats with a chance to swing. Rob swings away into the net. Down. Eagles need a run here to keep their hopes alive. Taylor McDonald to serve. That one mishandled by the Wildcats, went up into the ceiling and fell on the Wildcat side all the way to the floor, so McDonald will continue serving. Quick set to Nelson, just a little low. Nelson hits into the top of the net. Coach Hone will take a timeout on this one with the score at 22-24 in set 3 in favor of the Wildcats. The Wildcats have won the first 2 sets, so they need one more point here. But the Eagles will not go down without a fight. The Eagles need to just string a couple more together. Again, it's a win by two format. So you've got to be leading by 2 to finish this one out. So Wall does need 2 points just to extend their hopes in this one. 3 to take the lead, but 4 to win. So they'd have to get to 26 on this one. Definitely possible. Largest deficit I've seen was 14 to, I believe it was 8 in set number 5, which only goes to 15, and that ended up being a 16 to 14 win for the team that I was watching. That was just touched by the Eagles, so the Wildcats will find themselves a win in set number 3, 25 to 22, and we're going to wait just a moment. I'm going to start going through some stats, but we're going to hear from our 2 seniors tonight after they meet and huddle up for just a brief moment. So this was a lot of the Wildcats. Of course, set 1 was only a 2-point set, and set 3 was only a 3-point set. So the Eagles definitely fought in those. The Eagles were a little flat in set number 2 as the Wildcats won 25 to 12, but the Custer Wildcats will improve to 22-10 on the season. We have the Wall Eagles fallen to 7-14. I apologize if there's any games that aren't in there or anything like that on the overall records. But for tonight, Lucchese Tinez for the Wall Eagles finished with 5 kills. Athena Simons was awesome to watch out there swinging away. The lefty attack just shy of 10 on my very unofficial stats, but she was all over that one, and the primary person to get some kills there. Number 16, Brittany Walker had 2, and Emmy Moon also had 2. As for service aces, Taylor McDonald led the way for the Eagles with 2. Lucchese Tinez had 1, Brittany Walker 1, Kylie Dart 1, and a couple of blocks from the Tinezes. Moving over to the Custer Wildcats, we had Taylor Bush, the middle, with 5 kills. Jada Bennett found her way to 6. Lincoln Robb with 5. 3 in that last set. And then Kira Nelson led the way with 8 kills tonight for Custer. Rylan Lowe with 1. Ava Hone 2. As for aces, Kylie Ellerton got hot in the last set and served quite a few. She found 2 in the last set. She found 2 in the second set and finished overall with 4 aces on the night. Jada Bennett had 2, Rylan Lowe 2, Kira Nelson 1. Kira Nelson did have 2 solo blocks that found their way to the floor, and she had 1 block with her teammate Lincoln Robb as well. So Nelson had 3 blocks that went all the way to the floor on the night. As we hope to see the girls come back out, they went all the way down to the locker room, so I don't know if we'll quite catch them in time. We are going to give them a little bit of time to wait, but we are hoping that those two seniors will come up here so we can interview them before we move on with our night. Wildcat action as we're looking forward to the next volleyball match. The Custer Wildcats' next volleyball match is Tuesday, October 14th at Mapialuta, formerly Red Cloud, while Wall will be in action Tuesday as well, as they'll take on Phillip at Phillip. So both teams will be having plenty of action here. The next home game that the Wildcats will have is going to be on the 21st versus the Hill City Rangers, who are ahead of us as the Wildcats in the Region 8 standings. The Region 8 standings, our last loss to Hill City moved us down a spot, unfortunately, but it really doesn't matter once you get to that postseason time. I don't know where a couple other games will push you to or slide you to. You got a chance against Hill City, who's sitting at 3. So overall in Region 8, we have Rapid City Christian leading the way. We have St. Thomas More at 2, Hill City at 3, Hot Springs 4, Custer 5, Lee Deadwood 6, Belfouche 7. So if it happened today, we'd be playing Hot Springs at Hot Springs, but a lot can move and change in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to step aside for a quick little break as we try and grab these two players to come for an interview. All right, I'll bring it back, and then I'll ask you a couple of questions.
Okay, are they hard?
No.
Okay.
Just answer them truthfully.
Okay.
All right, I'm Tate Vincent, and welcome back here as we wrap up tonight's game with Wall in the broadcast here, as we're joined by a couple of seniors. I believe Kira Nelson should be on her way as well, but first we're going to hear from Ava Jari here on our broadcast. So Ava, just a little bit to backtrack leading up to this one. I want to hear a little bit about the LNI. How many games did you guys end up playing at that one?
I believe that we played 4 each day, so 8 total.
All right, and you ended up losing just one, is that correct?
Yes, to Bennett County.
Bennett County, and then Bennett County ended up winning the whole tournament there?
Yes.
So excellent showing by you guys up there. Just the atmosphere of that and playing that many games in only 2 days has got to be fun. Were there any games that maybe stood out to you, or were just those games that maybe are going to be etched into your memory from the LNI? I know you're being a senior, and I've been a part of some of those basketball LNI games. I've been to the volleyball one once. It's a lot of volleyball, so maybe just hit on what it's like to be a part of something like the LNI.
You know, it's a very cool experience. I've got the pleasure to go to it the last 4 years, and it's just a very cool experience each time. Seeing the culture is very fun. One game that stood out to me in particular was probably the Bennett County game this year. Even though that we did lose, we put up a good fight, and Bennett County has some really talented girls, and it was fun to play against some talent like that, and I think that would be really cool if we could play them again in this season, so yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. You know, as we get closer to the postseason, I know we had a tough one against Hot Springs the other night, but nice to bounce back here with Wall. Let's talk a little bit about that front row of yours. I know you play in the back row, so how important is it from some of those blocks? We're going to hear from Kira Nelson, who had 3 tonight just herself, but the importance of those girls for you and what they do to help you out.
You know, blocks can really change the game, especially me being in back row. Just having that block, even if they just get a touch, it doesn't need to be a total block, but just a touch to slow down some of those hits really is helpful in tracking the ball.
Yes, that's awesome to hear. So just a little bit, what are some of the things that maybe we need to improve on or need to fine-tune here as the season's winding down and we get closer to the postseason? What are you noticing out there on the court? Is it one of the seniors? And I know you're winding down on the number of games that you're playing, so you want this to extend as long as it can. What do we got to do to get ourselves ready for that first postseason game that's going to be coming up?
I would say we just really need to come together as a team, and as girls, we get along pretty well on the court, so that's always good. But yeah, just make sure we're supporting each other to the most that we can, I would say is very important, and just making sure that we're in the peak of our shape, I would say. Make sure we can get through those, like especially those ones like in Hot Springs the other night, going to 5 sets, like making sure that in that 5th set we are still feeling good, we're not feeling too tired, that kind of thing, I would say is very important.
Absolutely. It looks like you all lean on each other pretty well out there. You're quick to pick people up. Just you being a senior, do you feel like, I know you've been on varsity, is it for 4 years now? You're on varsity as a freshman as well? Just now stepping into that senior role and being able to help some of those younger girls that are coming in and providing some crucial plays for you guys. Just how has that leadership role developed for you, and maybe how have you picked them up the best?
You know, I've always really loved to try to help bring up those who are down on the court, and I think being a senior, I get to step into that role more than I have been in the past few years. I think that it's fun to have girls who look up to you and like who see you as a safe spot on the court. Like, I love to just be someone that they can look to in those moments. And so, yeah, I just really enjoy it. We have some younger girls on the court right now, and they've all been stepping into their place very well, and I'm very proud of them all.
Awesome. Well, thank you for stepping up here, and excellent win tonight, and best of luck moving forward. And we're going to have Kira Nelson step up here next. So thank you, Ava.
Your turn.
All right, we'll have these two switch around here, and I'll ask Kira Nelson a couple of questions as well to wrap up the night. So we've got Kira. Can you hear me over there, Kira?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. You sound great through the microphone here. So thank you for stepping up here after the game. Nice win tonight against Wall there. I know you guys played them earlier in the year. You swept them 2-0 in that one. And again tonight we were able to find the sweep on that. At any point tonight in that third set to kind of close things out, I know they made a late run. Did it feel like maybe you guys were going to let it slip away, or did you feel confident in your teammates on that?
I felt fairly confident. Like, I knew we had the capability to pull it out and get the win. I wasn't too concerned with it.
Yeah, that's good. I know we're coming later into the season, and we had a tough one against Hot Springs the other night, and it went 5 sets. And one of the comments that Ava had mentioned on that is just staying together a little bit. You being a senior, and with games that go 5 sets, you know, you got to stay in shape, and you got to stay together through all of those ups and downs and the roller coaster ride of a 5-set match. So as we move into we're getting late in the season. We're going to have postseason coming up. You as a senior leader out there on the floor, I see it in the energy that you have, that you bring on the court, that I think is absolutely awesome. How are you going to continue to carry that on, and how are you going to maybe pick up some of those young ones that might get down as these games get bigger and more meaningful?
Definitely, keep the energy. We're definitely a team that thrives on energy. We do so much better when we're having fun out there. So, trying to make sure everyone's smiling, having fun out there so we all stay together and do well.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I think, from up here, up above, you can see it, you can feel it in the gym, especially the home court here. Maybe touch a little bit just on what does it mean when you've got, we still got so many fans here talking tonight as we're up here having this interview, even just the student section and the parents out there to cheer you on at home games. Maybe what's that meant the last couple of years playing on the volleyball squad?
It's meant so much. It feels so good coming into a gym just filled with family and friends, and then having a big student section there to cheer us on through all of it. It's really helps, and it feels really good.
Yeah, especially in a place like the Armory, where it seems like that sound just echoes and gets louder and louder throughout the night. I know when I take the headset off, it's just like my ears are ringing because it's so loud in here, which is amazing to see. So what are you looking forward to just to finish this year out? What's something that we maybe need to work on a little bit, or something we need to continue on so that we can be ready to rock and roll come postseason time to knock some teams off and hopefully find our way to the Sweet 16?
I think definitely staying together through all of it. We kind of go on a roller coaster here and there, so making sure we stay together even in the low parts and keep pushing through so that we can come out and make it to the Sweet 16s this year.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you, Kira. I appreciate you stepping up here and being willing to do an interview after the game. Let's continue to get some wins and get ready for that postseason. So thank you. That was Kira Nelson that was joining us tonight. Again, I'm just Tate Vincent here, and I'd like to thank everybody that was tuning in. And if you're still listening with us, I appreciate it, as we were able to interview a couple. We'll try and get a little faster next time on the interview process, but we just appreciate everyone who came. And you can join the Custer media back in action tomorrow for the football broadcast against the Bellflouche Bronx, and volleyball's next home game will be against the Hill City Rangers on October 21st. So until tomorrow, I hope you all have a blessed night. Thanks, Alexa.